What is up, team? Good morning. Here we are for marathon episode prep number 2. So this morning we are running 17 miles. So last week we did run 16. I did run into a bit of cramping around mile 13. So this time I'm coming prepared. I have plenty of electrolytes. I have plenty of water. And today is going to be a little bit on the cooler side. Right now it is 55 degrees. Last Sunday when I did run, it was really hot, really humid. I was losing lots of fluid, lots of electrolytes, and mile 13, my quad was just literally pulsing and tightening up and squeezing. Had to stop, stretch it out. And yeah, so today's going to be a little bit different. It is a little windy, but we do have some cool weather. And here we go. 1 week closer to the marathon.
That sunrise, son. It's beautiful. Again. You're good.
Alrighty guys, so we got the crew for the 17-mile run this morning. Again, Megan, Caitlin, Joey, Caroline, and Ash. Yeah, it's a little cold, but all right, here we go. So while I'm on this run, I wanted to share with you guys what I did to stay properly hydrated. So I did use 2 scoops of Ultraformance with 16 ounces of water, and per scoop it is 100 calories, 24 grams of carbohydrates, and it does have calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, so it's going to really help me stay hydrated. So last run I only had 1 of these bottles. As you see here, I have 2 bottles, so I became prepared because last run I did run into some cramping issues around mile 13. I did also use some of these Honey Stinger gels. So they do have 100 calories, 24 carbs per serving, and I had 1 of these every 4 miles. So that really helped me sustain my energy. I stayed properly hydrated, and it was a successful 17 miles.
Run through all the way.
248.
Hey, one thing I feel a lot better than last run. I fueled smart, had more water, and more goo packs.
Come on,
Come on, Megs! You got it, guys. Let's go, guys.
Alright guys, post-workout stack. Chocolate mint cookie, Vegan Power Pro, 2 scoops, plus 1 scoop of ignition. Oh yeah. Well earned. That is delicious. 17 miles, baby. Whew.
I had
So Ryan, did you get to
July. I'm going to
so when we were having
the races don't open until mid-July.
Bro. This is literally all I was thinking about on that run because it was super cold. Like, it was windy, It was about 55 degrees, which, I mean, here in Florida that is kind of cold, but when you're sweating and that wind hits you at that temperature, it's just cold. So let's talk about the run. All right. So we did complete 17 miles today, 2 hours and 48 minutes and 6 seconds. I did burn 2,352 calories on that run. That is pretty crazy. So it was an average pace of 9:53. So again, there were some miles where I was a little bit faster, some where I was a little bit slower. There was a bridge that we kind of went over, so we got a little slow going up it. And then the wind was pretty bad. So it was windy pretty much the whole entire time. So we're kind of fighting against the wind. But overall, not too bad. 17 miles, 2 hours, 48 minutes, and I did not cramp, so that was great. Like the last 3 miles, I did feel my hamstrings were getting kind of tight. I believe that is just from the overall running for almost 3 hours. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked. And one more mile closer to the marathon. So again, we are 5 weeks away. A few more weeks of training, and before we know it, it'll be marathon time. All right, it is time to eat once again, and this meal that you guys are gonna see is basically a meal that I eat very frequent. I'm a creature of habit, and I tend to eat the same things over and over. For me, I don't really get sick of it, and I really enjoy it. 1, it's very simple to cook. 2, it makes grocery shopping very easy. And 3, it allows me to hit my macros very, very easily as well. So here we go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cook these in the air fryer. I basically split them in 4. I season them with sea salt, crushed red pepper, as well as Italian seasoning. I'm gonna make a salad, which I usually use this blend here. Again, very simple and easy. I'm gonna cook these veggies. This is yuca that I already boiled. So I'm just gonna cut it up into basically fry-like size pieces. Put it into the air fryer along with the chicken. And there we have it, guys. Dinner is served. So we have salad, blueberries. I use this dressing here. It is super delicious. It's raspberry vinaigrette. Over here we have the veggies. We have broccoli, carrots, cauliflower. I top it with the Mrs. Dash vegetable seasoning. Can't really see it. Yeah, it makes it super, super tasty. Chicken patties topped with crushed red pepper, salt, and Italian seasoning. And then we have the yuca. We have 400 grams of yuca topped with honey and salt. Here we go. I'm gonna enjoy this. So with all this running, it definitely does beat up your body a little bit. So staying on top of my stretching, mobility, and even getting massages from time to time really does help. But I'm gonna show you guys 3 stretches that have really helped me out, because with running, you know, you're using a lot of your hip flexors, your glutes, your calves. So being sure that they are stretched out often will really help prevent injuries, and it'll help you perform your best. So this first one has been a game changer for me. So I basically send my back foot here, and to get into this movement, at first, I'm gonna show you once I get into the position, I'll show you what I'm talking about. But at first, I'd get into the position and I'd be in it, but if you take a look at my lower back, it is severely arched. So I'm not getting the stretch here, and I'm not getting in the position that I need to be in. So the position I need to be in is core flexed, abs are tight, and your knee is on the ground in the front. So this is the position you want to be in. You don't want to be here, because if you're here, you're able to stretch out the hip. And what I like to do is flex the glute, and watch, you'll see I'll flex my glute and I'll raise the hip here. So that way I get a deeper stretch, and that'll open up the psoas, that'll open up your hip flexors, as well as your quads. So what I like to do is hang out here for about a minute, but every 10 seconds, I'll do a 5-second hold. So I'll squeeze my glute and really force my hip upwards and hold that for about 5 seconds, release, and that'll allow me to get deeper into the stretch. Flex the glute, pressing up, hold for 5 seconds, and then relax, and then it'll settle in further and further. So I'll do 1 minute on this side, 1 minute on the left, and then another minute, and then another minute. So I basically do 2 rounds of that. And then The next stretch I really like to do is just a hamstring stretch, sitting on the floor here. I just reach forward, grab my toes, settle in, kind of relax. This will help stretch out your lower back as well. Relax. With each exhale, try to dip down a little further. So this is going to really help stretch out the hamstrings as well as the low back. So I usually hang out there for about 2 to 3 minutes. And the last and final stretch. Let me adjust this a little bit. There we go. So basically I'll do it from the side so you can see my heels. So my heels stay off the ground, but my toes and the balls of my feet stay on the ground. So I'm just going to hang out here and balance a little bit. And I'll sit here for a good 2 to 3 minutes. So this is going to actively stretch out the calves, and just basically sit here, balance, breathe, and that'll loosen you up. So those are 3 stretches that I do every day on top of all the other stretching I do for CrossFit and all that, and weight training. But those are definitely 3 good ones. Give them a try. Let me know what you think. And so here I'm just trying to put some more fuel back in the tank. So we do have some dairy-free coconut milk yogurt. This stuff is pretty good. I do have 2 servings in here. So per serving is 80 calories, 5 grams of fat, and 8 grams of carbohydrates. 2 servings there. I have 2 of these Heavenly Hunks oatmeal bites. So these are really awesome. I take these to the gym with me all the time. So I just basically crumpled up 2, put it on top. I put a banana on there as well. We get some peanut butter, and then we also have some cinnamon. So, all right. Bon appetit. So another marathon prep video in the books. So we did run 17 miles today. Pretty crazy. So my last long run was last weekend, which was Sunday, and I did run 16 miles. And on mile 13, I did cramp up pretty bad. So I definitely learned a lot from that run. And so this run, we did make some severe improvements. I was more on top of my hydration. You know, I ran with 2 of the Nathan's bottles instead of 1. Last week I only had 1 with some electrolytes in there. I had the Ultraformance in the container, but I basically almost ran out of water by like mile 9.5. So by the time I got to mile 13, you know, that's when the cramping and fatigue started to set in, and it was just pretty brutal. So today I definitely made some progress. So didn't experience any cramping. I did experience a little bit of tightness in my hamstrings for like the last, 2-3-ish miles, but I think that is just overall just a lot of running. Like my hamstrings were getting tired because that is a lot of volume, to go from not really running anything more than like 2-3 miles to going to 7, then 10, and then 16, and then into 17 miles, and then before we know it, we'll be at a marathon, 26 miles. So 26.2. So overall, definitely learned a lot from today with having enough salts, enough electrolytes, enough liquid. And again, today wasn't as hot and humid as the other day. Today was actually kind of cold, so I was like sweating on the run, but it was windy and it was like 55 degrees, so I was like cold almost the whole time. So it was a little bit of a different experience than last week, where it was just kind of hot, humid. I was dripping sweat, losing a lot of fluid. But yeah, overall, today was pretty good. And total calories, we did consume 5,019 calories, 224 grams of protein, 785 grams of carbohydrates, and 121 grams of fat. So on the day before these long runs, I do increase my calorie intake, and then on the day of, I also increase it. I am burning a lot of calories. I did burn 2,352 calories on that run alone. So it was 17 miles. I did run it in 2 hours and 48 minutes. The average pace was a 9:53. Total steps today, I did get in 32,944 steps today. So pretty wild, pretty crazy, but it's cool to see all this data and to see it actually, see me put in the work and then to have the data. It's just kind of crazy. It still blows my mind that I'm training for a marathon right now, because I don't know, it's pretty wild. A marathon is no joke, you know. I was yeah, I'm down. I'll do a marathon with you guys. And now, like, you know, doing 17 miles today, like, that was a long time. Almost 3 hours of just straight running. But yeah, overall it's been a fun process. I've been enjoying it. And if you guys are getting into running, starting to do long distance, hydration is so important. Make sure you have plenty of salt, plenty of carbohydrates, because you do not want to cramp. That sucks, especially when you're still like 3-4 miles away from your destination. So just a little advice there. But yeah, hope you guys are enjoying this series. Sorry for the long talk. I think we're going on like 4 minutes of me just talking here, but I wanted to share the information with you guys and let you guys know how it goes. And again, I am 5 weeks away from the marathon, so most likely we'll have a few more long runs, and then the weekend before will just kind of be more of like a little bit of easier run. It'll probably still be like 14 to 16 or something, but I think the longest distance I'll be running is like 18 to 19, and then come marathon day, full send. So let's go. But yeah, all right, hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And I will see you guys next week for the next marathon prep video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.